is a experience where students work in teams with an external sponsor on a problem of the sponsor's choice. The students need to understand the problem, define it, scope their work, and they're working with the sponsors every week, not only on integrating the technical skills that they've learned in their earlier classes at Carnegie Mellon, but also exercising the soft skills that they need for their future career. I really enjoy working with I&I students because of the sheer diversity of students that we attract. The program itself has an interdisciplinary curriculum, which covers everything from low-level systems development all the way through business and entrepreneurship.
I think Practicum is, for me, the best highlight of the entire program. I think the first one is that we actually work on real-world projects that have real impact, and that we also get to interact with external clients. And it's also really a testament on teamwork. There was also a lot of learning and growth happening as well, and we're essentially thrown into a foreign domain that we have to learn quickly. The Practicum project I worked on is verifying the Rust standard library, and that is just a very impactful project because it's open source, and we actually have 4 teams, student teams, working on it at the same time, so over about 20 students. And it's impactful because it works on verifying unsafe functions in Rust and has potentially being incorporated into the actual Rust library itself.
I think it's a very uniquely blend course which has like good academic rigor as well as the industry experience. Like the first 2 semesters we were doing all those courses which had like a perfect curriculum programs built out, and the 3rd semester transitions into applying those knowledge in the real world scenarios. So I would say we are prepared for the industry. The bi-coastal program had that unique experience of the industry, working with the real industry sponsors. So it is basically a bridge between the theory and the application. So we were well prepared.
We had initial conversations with some of the students, and we had a lot of open source work that we were interested in doing with the verification landscape. So given that we are actually sponsoring a much larger umbrella task of verifying all of Rust, we thought that why not try Practicum? And the students seemed very, very motivated, very bright. We thought the ramp-up time would be very small, and we found bandwidth to actually do mentoring for the students. It was a fulfilling experience for us, and we also got a lot of work out of this, which would not have been possible otherwise. We were expecting that each team would make progress on their individual challenge that was assigned. Turns out that we were actually able to close out 2 challenges completely and start work on another challenge after that. And we're on the other 2 challenges that are not fully closed, we are almost there. That's an amazing result, considering that these students had never been exposed to verification, or some of them were even new to Rust. So our hope was to get movement and some data out of this. We ended up doing a lot more. The Practicum project helped us actually deliver the proof of concept that yes, this is possible. I think that reflects the dedication, the tenacity that these students had. This is not an easy field to work in, what we do with Rust code verification, but the students were taking initiative, and they were learning new concepts and asking the right questions and really pushing the boundary of where our tools are today and where we would like to be. So verifying the Rust standard library is one of the largest verification efforts that has been undertaken. Good news is that we believe that doing it in an open source, community-driven manner is probably the right way to go. And the Practicum project has helped us actually establish a baseline.
As I was the technical lead on the project, I also built on my leadership skills and really taking it forward, learning the skills like collaboration with the whole team, dividing the work between the team members, using their strengths to the best. So there was a lot of communication with the sponsors. All those communication, collaboration skills were at the top.
Yeah, so post-road foundation, we are bringing high-speed internet and grid modernization technology to underserved and rural areas in the US. So from that point, that standpoint, CMU team was very fitting. Knew everything they needed to know about security. They had an immense amount of support from the faculty, advisory support from the faculty, and produced excellent results for us. They're prepared. I would say that's one thing. In addition to that, they're super professional. Generally, I found the students to be very curious and courageous. Oftentimes, you would have somebody come in new to a company or like an intern, and they are afraid to ask a question. I found CMU students to be courageous when it comes to asking questions and just generally curious, which helps a lot in terms of reducing the learning curve and getting them to be, productive members of the software team.
So the first thing I would take away from the Practicum is to lead by example. If we want others to also take initiative, then we need to exemplify that by ourselves to motivate our teammates to do the same.
I keep coming back because the students are amazing. There is incredible amounts of support we have from CMU staff and faculty, and the output that these students have in just a short amount of time has been an accelerant to the projects that I've been sponsoring.
Because this is a two-way street where you have the opportunity to build strong relationships with students. They can help you in ways that you did not think are possible. Having new faces, having new thoughts, having completely blank slates into your company and trying to work on problems that are relevant to you, that's absolutely marvelous because it gives you the opportunity to truly innovate and contribute back towards students' careers and futures.
Personally, is the relationships I've established and continued professional collaboration that goes on even after the students have graduated. I have nothing but great things to say about the Practicum process, not just because of the caliber of the students. They are really well prepared, they know their stuff, but also the support that faculty and the staff are providing in the background has been instrumental to getting the kind of productive work you expect people to come in.